how you can use the ideal webinar funnel to increase profits without doing presentations live. If you're like most people doing business online, then the following come easily to you. Understanding your audience, figuring out what they want to know about, developing a great offer. You get great feedback. People love your product or service. What maybe doesn't come as easily is building webinar funnels. You've heard how amazing webinar funnels are, but you don't want to be doing them live every time. You want to automate them. And you're probably feeling frustrated that you don't have an automated webinar funnel already. If you've not been able to set up an automated webinar funnel, it's not your fault. There's so many options. There's so much to learn. There's Facebook retargeting and connecting email systems and writing the great webinar and the copywriting, and the list goes on. Now, I've been building and fixing funnels for 10 years, and I've taken dozens of courses worth tens of thousands of dollars. I've built dozens of funnels. I specialize in building automated webinar funnels. I've had successes. I've had projects shown up in the BBC and the Telegraph and the Guardian. I've had over 100 delighted clients, and I definitely don't know everything. We're all still learning, so give yourself a break. You want to set up an automated webinar funnel. You know that not having one is losing you sales every day. Just imagine if you had an automated webinar funnel that converts traffic into leads and sales. Now, why are webinars such great funnels? You've got an hour to build trust with people. The law of reciprocity kicks in. You give before you ask for anything, and people are much more likely to be interested in having a look at your service or your product. And people who take webinars, by definition, like online video training, so they're good prospects for an online video course if that's what you're selling. Now, the problem with webinar funnels is a problem with any funnel. So you know these funnels, the diagrams, you see these online and in an article, and it tells you this is how it's going to work. It's beautiful, it's slick, you pour traffic in the top and lovely money comes out the bottom. And in my experience, most webinar funnels are a little bit more like this, and there's just traffic and money pouring out left, right, and center. So would you like to know what the ideal webinar funnel looks like? Yes? Okay, let's have a look. So here's the basic, initial, most simple webinar funnel I could possibly think of. You've got traffic coming in from somewhere, from the website or email to an opt-in page. They're getting to the confirmation page. They attend the webinar, go to the sales page, and then if they choose to buy, they go to the order confirmation page. So that's like the simplest thing I could possibly think of that still could count as a webinar funnel. And of course, we're losing people left, right, and center there. So what we want to do next is we want to add in some reminder emails to make sure that people actually attend. So by having emails between the actual sign up and attending, that reminds people to attend and gets them excited about it. By having emails after the webinar, we actually get people back to the sales page who might not have bought, and people who go to the sales page, we're going to abandon cart, we're going to have emails to get them back there again. But we've still got, what about all the people who don't actually attend the webinar? So we're going to have a replay in there as well. Have the replay down here, and you also have the same process. If they don't attend the main webinar, then we've got this whole process for getting them to attend the replay. And then if they attend the replay, we've got some emails to get them to actually go along to the sales page as well. And there's all kinds of points throughout this where people could be dropping off, and we can use Facebook retargeting to get people to actually attend. So let's put in some Facebook retargeting. If they get to the opt-in page and they don't opt in, we'll add some in there. We're going to do people who've gone to blog posts and don't ever sign up for anything. We're going to retarget them. People who've signed up, we're going to have some retargeting of authority ads before the actual webinar to get them impressed with how great you are and how much you know. We're going to have retargeting to get them to the sales page. If we're going to have retargeting to get them to the replay, to get them to the sales page after the replay. If they go to the sales page and don't buy, testimonial ads to get them back there again. If they go to the payment page, add to cart ads. So just lots of little points where we're trying to keep people on track through the whole process. Now, at the end of this, we're going to have some people who are happy and excited to buy, and they want to get something, and they buy something, and then you're not offering them anything else, but they would like a more premium product. They'd like a more premium service. So we're going to add in some upsells at the end. So if they've bought, then give them the chance for a one-time offer to get an upsell. If they don't get the premium version, you can get a discounted version or a more basic version of it as well. Now, there's another thing that people have just started using recently, which is working really well at a number of different points, and that's Facebook Messenger. So using that alongside the emails that we've got running for reminders, at the top here to get people back into the webinar and to get people along to the sales page. So it's another chance to keep people on track and remind them and give them a little bit of value so they remember about you and turn up. Now, another thing that's working great is to have some video content, and that's in these early emails. So not just the reminder emails, but the ones just after they've signed up. And this is stuff that is going to give people the chance to get excited about actually attending the webinar. So some video, and you can reuse the same video in the emails and the Facebook Messenger as well. Once you've got all of this going, we're going to want to crank up the traffic. So get a lot more people actually attending and coming into the webinar as well. And this is going to be cold traffic, but it's also going to be driving traffic to blog posts and articles on your website that can then be retargeted to get to the opt-in page. And after this, some people are going to buy, and that's brilliant, and that's going to bring in a lot of revenue. It's going to double your return on ad spend or even more. I've had funnels get as high as 18 times return on ad spend before using this process. And then after that, though, a whole bunch of people won't have bought. They weren't ready yet, or they didn't actually still, even after all of this, they didn't attend. So we're going to follow up for a few months after the webinar as well and continue to make different offers throughout the whole process. Now, all of this is going to fix a lot of the holes in your funnel. It's going to increase the profits that you're getting from webinars. It's going to get a lot more people actually buying and giving you money for something at some point during the process and buying your product or service. Now, there's two normal reactions I get when I show people this. First off, this is amazing. And secondly, it looks like a ton of work. And the reason it looks like a lot of work is because it's a lot of work. And you can do a webinar without all of this, but this is the ideal. This is what the top marketers are using at the moment to keep people on track throughout the entire process. And this doesn't matter whether you're selling online courses. There's people using this to sell online courses that are making millions of dollars. I'm working with people who are making hundreds of thousands of dollars at the moment using this exact process, and have helped them to increase their return on ad spend significantly by using this. I've had one client who's increased his revenue per year by $100,000 a year without spending any more on ads, just by implementing all this whole process and fixing all the holes throughout the process. It works for marketing agencies. I told you before I've seen a return on ad spend of 18 times. That was working with a marketing agency. So I built the entire funnel from top to bottom, and that had led to 18 times whatever money they put in was coming back in terms of revenue. It works great with marketing agencies. So there's two ways to do this. You can learn how to do everything yourself, or you can hire someone to help you do it. Now, my guess is you probably don't want to be building this yourself. It's a major headache. Learning how to do it all yourself, if you're interested in it, you've got to think through, have you got experience with all of these things? Webinar presentations, email marketing, Facebook ads, Facebook Messenger chatbots, upsells, one-time offers, this kind of thing. If you want to learn about all of this, let me talk you through what's needed, what's involved. So you're going to need some webinar presentation training. So that probably means Russell Brunson's Perfect Webinar Training or Amy Porterfield's Webinars That Convert course. That's like probably $1,000 for each of those. And then a whole bunch of time learning how to do it. There's email marketing. Amy Porterfield's Webinars That Convert course includes some training on writing emails, but you're probably going to want to take like a copywriting course or something that's going to help you to learn much more about that and then spend the time doing that. You've got Facebook ads. There's the retargeting. You can look at Digital Marketers course. That's pretty good on this. You've got ManyChat. It's going to help you with the Facebook Messenger. Webinar software, I'd recommend Demio. So you'll need to learn kind of how all of that works. And then email marketing, you need ActiveCampaign or, another system. This is just the one I recommend. And then you have to figure out how to connect that together with Demio. And then landing page, confirmation pages, that kind of thing. ClickFunnels, in my experience, is the best. So you'll want to get that and connect that up with Demio and with ActiveCampaign. And then Zapier will help with putting all of these things together, including the ManyChat. And then you'll need to set up all your tracking so that you can see exactly what results you're getting at each stage and make sure that each thing is giving a positive return on investment. So there's quite a lot involved. So that's all the different things you can do. And like I said, my guess is you probably don't want to be doing it all yourself. It's weeks of training and then several weeks of putting it all together. And the other option, of course, if you go the other way, is to get help. And you can then, once you get help from someone really good, you can feel confident in your direction. You can crush your competition. We want to help. This is what we do here at Data Driven Marketing. We'll build the entire funnel for you. We'll plan out the funnel specifically, whether it's for selling your course or your marketing agency or your SaaS product. We'll write the webinar presentation, we'll write every email, set up the funnel, connect every bit of automation, ensure everything works properly, and then keep optimizing your funnel till it really sings. And if you choose to work with us, you'll finally have a funnel that turns traffic into leads and sales predictably and reliably. So to recap, an automated webinar funnel converts like gangbusters. You can plug the holes in a webinar funnel with the approach that I've shown you today: email marketing, Facebook retargeting, Facebook Messenger, upsells. It's a lot of work. So why data-driven marketing? One of the top things is for quality. You can definitely hire freelancers for doing all of these different things. You can hire a copywriter to write the presentation and the emails, a designer to design the slides, a funnel automation expert to put it all together. And of course, it's hard to be certain of the standards, but that's fine. You can possibly manage to find people for the right, who can do all of those things. They tend to be quite expensive. You can hire cheap freelancers, of course, but if you think it's expensive to hire professionals, then just wait till you hire amateurs. And of course, you'll need to manage the direction of the entire project. So with data-driven marketing, of course, because this is all that we do, you know that it's going to be high quality, and you know you don't have to worry about project managing it, so you don't have to worry too much about time. And then, of course, there's the cost. Like I said, it can be expensive to hire freelancers for doing this kind of thing. And at data-driven marketing, we actually try to bring the cost down, and I'm going to talk you through that in a little bit. And of course, then there's the process. The fact that we've got a system that we use every time and that has worked reliably for dozens of other clients means that you know this is something that's going to work for you. So if you're interested, go to datadrivenmarketing.co and fill in the form. It's down at the bottom of the page to apply to work with us. As an application process, we can't just work with anybody. It's really important that we have to be very selective about our clients. We choose to work with, I'd say, about a third of the people who apply to work with us, because we only want to work with people who we can deliver a great result for. And this type of webinar funnel might not work for absolutely everybody. It might be that you're not at the right stage yet, or it might be that you are. And it's like there's certain things that need to be in place. And during that application process, we help you to figure out if this is exactly the right thing for you. And we're so confident in our abilities that we're then happy to take half of the payment based on results. So you don't have to put all the money in up front. So that helps with that cost side of things, and it helps with you understanding and being sure that you're getting something that's a really good quality result, because we only get paid if we get you the results. So you know that we're definitely sure we're going to get it, and we'll only take on clients who we're absolutely sure we can do that for. And we've got to make sure we only take on clients where we can get those great results. So if you're looking to grow your business, then like Jonathan Green, he started working with us, and I've helped him to grow his business, and I definitely feel that it's likely we can do the same for you, but go through the application process and you can find out for sure. So it's time for action. Go to datadrivenmarketing.co, scroll down to the bottom of the page and start the application process. You just put in your name and email to get started, and you'll get taken through to the application form.